Max Verstappen has taken the checkered flag to win the Japanese Grand Prix.
This driver set an unbelievable record for the most red flags in a qualifying session, but another made history by leading laps like he owned the track. Some F1 drivers have gone above and beyond with their accomplishments, while others have made a huge mess. From dominating races to the fewest cars to start a race, these are Formula One's unbreakable records you did not know about. First up, we've got the most wins in a single season. Max Verstappen's 2022 season was absolutely unbelievable. He racked up 15 wins out of 22 races, smashing the previous record of 13 wins in a season held by Michael Schumacher and Sebastian Vettel. The best part was his performance in the last part of the season, where he won 9 of the final 11 races. It was as if Verstappen and Red Bull were playing a different game altogether, with a car that made everyone else look like they were driving go-karts. It was a season where everything just clicked. Next up is the most points in an F1 season. In 2022, Max Verstappen racked up an impressive 454 points, thanks in part to the inclusion of sprint races. This milestone shows how changes in race formats and scoring systems can shake things up in F1. It's not just about going fast anymore, it's also about smart strategy and seizing every chance to score. Verstappen's skill for consistently delivering top performances, regardless of the race format, highlights the importance of adaptability. It's as if he's saying, new rules, no problem. At Monza in 2020, Lewis Hamilton set a record for the highest average lap speed during qualifying at the Temple of Speed. This achievement shows the advancements in car aerodynamics and engine power, allowing drivers to reach incredible speeds while still keeping control. Hamilton's ability to extract every ounce of speed from his car, especially during high-pressure qualifying, is truly impressive. It's a reminder of how far F1 technology has come and how drivers keep pushing the limits. Quite the ride. Makes a regular Sunday drive seem a bit dull, doesn't it? Then, we've got the smallest winning margin back in 2002. At the 2002 United States Grand Prix, Rubens Barrichello won by a mere 0.011 seconds over Michael Schumacher, marking one of the closest finishes in F1 history. Schumacher tried to create a perfect tie, but it nearly backfired. This tiny margin shows how crucial split-second timing is in Formula One. It's a reminder that in racing, every millisecond counts, and even the slightest mistake can change the outcome. Quite literally, a blink and you'll miss it moment. But what about the fewest cars to start a race? The 2005 United States Grand Prix at Indianapolis was unbelievable, with only 6 cars actually starting the race. Michelin, one of the tyre suppliers, decided their tyres weren't safe for the track's high-speed corners, prompting all Michelin-equipped teams to pull out after the formation lap. This left just the Bridgestone teams to compete, making the grid look more like a casual Sunday drive than a Grand Prix. It was a rare sight in F1, and a stark reminder of how crucial tyre safety is in the sport. Who knew a race could look like a VIP event with so few entries? But you know what was really impressive? When in 2008, Kimi Raikkonen set a record by clocking the fastest lap in 6 consecutive races. This achievement showed not only Raikkonen's driving skills, but also the technical excellence of the Ferrari team. Constantly setting the fastest lap requires a top-notch car and a driver who can push it to the max. Raikkonen's streak was a testament to his talent and Ferrari's competitive edge that season. What about the most wins in a debut season? Hamilton burst into Formula One in 2007 like someone crashing a party and instantly becoming the life of it. As a rookie, he won 4 races, setting the record for the most wins by a newcomer. It was more than just impressive. It was a loud and clear message that Hamilton was here to stay. His immediate success must have made the other drivers feel like they were in go-karts while he was in a rocket. It was clear from the start that Hamilton was destined to be a big deal in F1. And if you're enjoying this video so far, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Anyway, it was actually Sebastian Vettel who became the youngest Formula One world champion at just 23 years and 134 days old in 2010, like a kid who wandered into an adult's game and decided to win it. This marked the beginning of Vettel's domination, as he went on to win 4 consecutive championships with Red Bull Racing. His youthful success was like a breath of fresh air for the sport, showing that sometimes it's not just about experience, but also about being fast, fearless, and a bit of a prodigy. It's not all great records though. There's also the record for the lowest average race speed. The 2022 Japanese Grand Prix set a record for the lowest average speed, thanks to rain that could make ducks jealous. The race felt more like a leisurely Sunday drive than a high-speed chase. This record shows how tricky wet conditions can be in F1, where even the fastest cars have to tiptoe around the track. Verstappen's win under these challenging conditions shows his skill and adaptability, proving that sometimes in F1, it's not just about speed, but how well you handle the weather-induced chaos. And then there's the next record, which probably wasn't something to be proud of. The 2022 Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix qualifying felt more like a stop-start traffic jam than a smooth lap, setting a record with 5 red flags. Trying to nail the perfect lap only to be interrupted by someone else's mess turned the session into a bit of a circus. It was like trying to make a cup of tea with someone continuously unplugging the kettle. This shows how unpredictable F1 can be, with drivers needing to maintain their focus despite constant interruptions. But who can forget when Verstappen went for the most sprint wins in a season? In 2023, Max Verstappen proved he could dominate both marathons and sprints, setting a record for the most sprint race wins in a season. Sprint races are short and intense, requiring drivers to go flat out from the start, and Verstappen was good here. It's like he showed up for a marathon and then decided to win the 100-meter dash too. But Sebastian Vettel's 2011 season was a show of speed, securing 15 pole positions, which is a fancy way of saying he started at the front a lot. Starting from pole position in F1 gives you the best chance to win a race, and Vettel made sure to take full advantage. It's like having the best seat in the house and not having to share the popcorn. His record-setting performance in qualifying showed his knack for delivering under pressure and highlighted how crucial a good start is in F1. Then there's the longest span between first and last wins. Kimi Raikkonen's career is the F1 equivalent of a long-running soap drama, with his first and last wins spanning 20 years. While others come and go, Kimi just keeps on driving. In a sport that evolves as quickly as F1, staying competitive over 2 decades is like keeping up with the fashion trends from the 90s to now. No easy feat. His career longevity is impressive, showing that a steady hand and a bit of icy finish coolness can go a long way. Now, Lewis Hamilton hit a major milestone in 2019 by becoming the first driver in F1 history to score over 4,000 career points. It's as if he decided to collect points like one collects stamps, consistently and with an eye for detail. This record shows not just his talent and speed, but also his skill for scoring big even when he's not on the top step of the podium. Hamilton's consistency and staying power are like a good British cup of tea, reliable and always satisfying. We've got the most wins in a season. But what about the most wins in a single Grand Prix? Lewis Hamilton has made the Hungarian GP his personal victory lap, clocking up the most wins at a single Grand Prix. His repeated victories here show his deep understanding of the circuit and his ability to adapt to any conditions, be it rain, shine, or a mix of both. It's a bit like being the master of a particularly tricky cricket patch. Once you've got the hang of it, the runs just keep coming. Then there's the most consecutive wins by a constructor. In 2023, Red Bull Racing decided they weren't just going to win, they were going to do it repeatedly, breaking McLaren's old record with 13 consecutive wins. It's as if they found the secret to the perfect winning formula, and they're not sharing. This wasn't just about having a fast car, it showed their engineering genius and the skills of their drivers, Max Verstappen and Sergio Perez. Red Bull's streak is like discovering the best fish and chips shop. Once you know it, you keep going back for more. This run of success proved that Red Bull isn't just in the race, they're leading it. Then there's the most pole positions at a single circuit in 2018. Lewis Hamilton practically made Silverstone his second home by setting the record for the most pole positions at a single circuit there. It's as if he was so familiar with the place, he could probably navigate it blindfolded. This track, with its high-speed corners and tricky sections, isn't exactly easy, yet Hamilton consistently nails it. His repeated success at Silverstone shows not just his incredible skill, but also a skill for mastering the historic track's nuances. It's like knowing where all the speed cameras are on your daily commute, except in this case, it wins you races. Speaking of starting strong, Hamilton also has a thing for turning pole positions into victories, setting a record for the most wins from pole. It's like getting a head start in a marathon and actually keeping the lead all the way to the end. No easy feat. This record shows his ability to not only start strong, but also keep his cool and manage his race from the front. It's all about staying composed, making the right calls, and avoiding those dreaded pitfalls. Think of it as holding on to the remote control during a family TV night. It's all about control and strategy. While we're on the topic of consistency, we should talk about this next record. Hamilton has also set the record for the most races with the same team, proving that a long-term relationship can indeed be fruitful. His partnership with Mercedes has been like a well-oiled machine, literally and figuratively. This continuity allowed them to fine-tune their approach and build a powerhouse team dynamic. It's like being married for years and still remembering your anniversary, a rare and admirable feat. This record shows how a solid driver-team relationship can lead to sustained success and plenty of trophies to polish. We've got yet another Verstappen record on the list. He was also the youngest driver to score points in 2015. Verstappen made a huge impact in the F1 world by scoring points at just 17 years and 180 days old. While most teenagers were busy trying not to crash their parents' cars, Verstappen was out there collecting points on the F1 circuit. Scoring in F1 isn't just about a heavy foot on the pedal, it requires consistency and a strategic mind. His early success proved that age is just a number, and talent is what really counts. This trend of young drivers has certainly spiced things up, adding fresh competition and excitement to the grid. Finally, we've got the most laps led in a single season. In 2020, Hamilton set the record for the most laps led in a single season, proving why he's the master of the track. Leading laps is a bit like leading a parade, only with more adrenaline and fewer floats. Hamilton's ability to stay ahead at different tracks and under various conditions shows his incredible versatility. This record also showed the engineering brilliance of the Mercedes team, providing him with a car that's not just fast but consistently reliable. Is there any record that you would add to the list? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to click on the next one for more incredible accomplishments in Formula 1.